Hello there, everybody. Welcome along to EFL Debate. I'm delighted to be joined by Swindon Town boss Scott Lindsey. Scott, first of all, great to have you on the show. Thanks a lot for joining us. I suppose the first question would be just talk to me about how settling into the job at Swindon Town for you has been so far, because it looks like the club's made a very clear intention to invest in young players this summer.
Hi, Gabriel. Yeah, thank you. It's been very, very busy, very hectic. Obviously, we've signed a lot of players, and the remit of the football club is to kind of develop young players and have a way of playing. I think even last season we had something like 13 league debuts. I think it was the second youngest football team in the EFL. Me coming in as head coach, I kind of want to carry that on because I think it's a positive. Like I say, we've already had 5 league debuts up to now. We're really, really proud of that and really pleased that that I'm able to put these and trust in these young players to come on the pitch and play. In actual fact, the players who have made their league debuts have been really, really good for us and played really well. And I think that a lot of clubs up and down the country don't usually trust the youngsters as much. They always kind of look at journeymen who have played 200-300 games and trusting them more so. In actual fact, I look at the younger ones as they have no fear. They have no fear and they just want to go out and play. And we're really proud of that fact here at Swindon Town. But of course, as well, we want to win games as well, which we've had a difficult start. Play some good sides. We're 6 unbeaten. We didn't get off to a good start. We got beat to Harrogate on the first day, but after that we've kind of got a lot of draws, which we want to obviously turn into wins. So it's been an eventful start to my managerial career, but one that I've enjoyed, more so.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me about your sort of coaching journey into this position, Scott, because you're working with Chatham. I think before you took the assistant role to Ben last season, obviously helped Swindon get into the playoffs. So, could you sort of describe your coaching journey for me?
Yeah, of course. So I did my UEFA A license back in 2009. I was working with Gillingham Football Club in the academy when I took my A license, and I met Chris Sutton, who's obviously very big in the media now. And Chris done his A license at the same time as me, and we kind of hit it off and became friends. And he was looking for a managerial job at the time, and he actually got the Lincoln City manager's job, and he took me with him as his first team coach. So that was kind of my first team job, as it were. I spent a year with Chris. Chris resigned, had his own reasons for that. And then I took over as caretaker manager over 3 games. And then Steve Tilson come in as the manager, and I remained as the first team coach there. Eventually left. Then I had 2 seasons with Tamworth in the National League, which was again a different kind of club and a different end of the table. We really struggled every season. It was almost like we were backs against the wall. Didn't have a great budget and things like that. So I learned a lot from that experience. And then I got a different kind of job off the back of that, and became the head of the youth team here at Swindon in 2015. So I had two really good, 2014, sorry. So I had 2 really good seasons working with the youth team here. I can boast of something I think it's 8 league debuts within my two years as youth coach, which I'm really proud of. Some of them players have gone on and Scott Twine being one of them, gone on and obviously done really well, come out of that youth team. And then from there, I went with Mark Cooper to Forest Green, and was Mark Cooper's assistant manager for 3 seasons at Forest Green. Really enjoyed my time there. And then unfortunately, my wife got diagnosed with cancer. So I had to come home. My family home is in Kent. So I had to come home and look after her, which I did. whilst I was at home, a local club, a very small club, but a very, very well run club, approached me and said, "Look, it's only part time. Do you want to come and manage our team? Chatham Town. It's only 2 nights a week, and obviously on a Saturday." And I wasn't sure if I could do it because of my wife's illness, but she assured me that I should, because it would be good for me to get out and coach, obviously, which I enjoy doing. So I took it, and I really enjoyed it, and we had a really good side. We won most games. We scored a lot of goals. I think second season I was there, we were I think after 10 games we were something like the highest goal scoring team in the whole of England, through all the non-league and everything. So we had a really good side, and I actually enjoyed it. But then it came to the point where I felt, after my wife passed away, I felt that I wanted to get back into the professional game. I put my feelers out and made it quite clear to a lot of people that was my intentions, that I wanted to come back in. And then Ben Garner got the job here at Swindon. And I knew Ben. We'd had a few meetings previous to that, and then we linked up together, and he offered me the assistant manager's job. Had a season with Ben. We had a really good season. After looking like the club was going to go to the wall, Clem come and took over. New management team in place, and we had a brilliant season. We had a great season. Got to the playoffs. And then in the summer, obviously, Ben moved on to Charlton Athletic, and then here I am as the head coach. And like I say, really enjoying it. It's been tough, but we've assembled a really good squad. In my opinion, a really young squad, and one that I think is going to be very, very competitive in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I sort of want to touch, Scott, on a theme of, I suppose one of the great things that sport can bring is a release for us, and a release valve. And I think sometimes when and I'm aware that this is obviously a very sensitive thing, but whenever we go through a sort of personal crisis, one school of thought would be, we've got to take a certain amount of time out just to concentrate on that. But I suppose another school of thought would be, you almost need to be able to focus on something, to put your energy into something, and give you that sort of release valve. So has it been more the latter for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've been through some really kind of bad experiences in my life with my family. I lost my brother. My brother came to watch me play back in 1995, a long time ago. I was playing for Dover Athletic in the National League, and my brother had come down on his motorbike to watch me play, and he was killed on the way home on the Saturday. And on the Tuesday we had a game. We played Farnborough, and I was there ready to play again, And again, I lost my father too. He was quite young. My father was only 56 when he passed away, and I was really close with my dad. My dad was an ex-professional footballer as well. And again, he passed away on the Friday. The Saturday I was playing, and I turned up and played. And same with when my wife Hayley passed away. She died on the Thursday, and we had a game on the Saturday. I went in, and I remember the chairman saying, "Look, take as much time as you want away from here. If it's a month, it's a month. If it's 2 months, it's 2 months." And I said to him, "I'll see you Saturday." And I was there Saturday, delivered my team talk as normal, and the boys went out and won the game. And it was a normal kind of thing for me. I didn't want to talk about anything in terms of what just happened. I'm somebody that has always just got on with it, and I've not been one to sit at home and look at the four walls and think about kind of what's just happened and get myself in a dark place. I'm somebody who wants to roll my sleeves up and get on with my own life, and that's the way it's been. I lost my mother last year to cancer as well. She died in April, and I remember we played Walsall last game of the season, and one of the directors, Zav Austin, he come over to me on the pitch before the game and said, he just asked me, how's your mum? I said, she passed away 2 days ago. He said, "What are you doing here? What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I didn't want to mention. I just wanted to get on with working. I didn't want to make a big thing of it, sort of thing, So yeah, in terms of my experiences, I've always just got on with it. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. It was right for me. I'm not saying it's right for everybody. Everybody's different and people are built differently. But that's the way kind of I am. I'm just somebody who will just get on with what I've got to get on with, and I didn't want to stay at home and, like I say, and be in a dark place. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, I think it's first of all, I think it's absolute credit to you that you've had the challenges that you've had and sort of been able to come through it. So, absolutely every respect to you in that sense. On a slightly more of a technical footballing conversation, I wanted to ask you about some of the signings that Swindon have made towards the end of the window, and especially 5 signings on deadline day. One of which being Luke Jeffcott, who signed from Plymouth Argyle. Now, this is a centre forward who's got an excellent record at this level with Plymouth Argyle. Of course, helped them to promotion. But when he scored a lot of those goals for Argyle, and he scored a lot of them in League One as well. He played up top often with Ryan Hardy, or certainly with a strike partner. Are you looking forward to the opportunity to maybe put him and Jacob Wakeling together?
Yeah, I think that's. I spoke today about that. It's an opportunity for us. We predominantly do play 4-3-3, so like almost like a lone striker. But it does give us the option to go with 2 strikers, whether we go with a 3-5-2 or a 4 diamond 2. It does give us that option. I think looking at both of them, they can both play kind of that single striker. I know that a lot of people have said, well, he's only played up with 2, but I've kind of seen different things and know from training that he can kind of play in as a single striker with runners coming off him, whether it be midfield players, what I call number 8s, or whether it's wide players coming in off the shape. So I'm sure he can do that, but I know that obviously with me having 2 real strong strikers in the building, there will be times for me to play 2 up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and also talk to me about Russian Hepburn Murphy, because he's someone I'm really excited to see in League Two this season. Because I remember when he came through at Aston Villa, he was this really sort of explosive forward that everyone was very excited about, and the next big thing. And for whatever reason, and there can be all sorts of factors that I'm not necessarily partial to, which means maybe the trajectory of his career hasn't gone exactly as he might have hoped from that point. But the potential is undoubted, and I suppose as a Swindon boss, you must be really excited about trying to tap that out of him.
Yeah, 100%. And, we're really excited to have Rushan on board. It was a really good signing for us, that. And I don't want to talk kind of too much about why he's not really kicked on, because I think that'd be unfair for me to comment on that. But what I do know is that, we've got a really good player in our building now, and somebody who's going to really light it up. He's a little bit away from injury, from being fit at the moment. Maybe 2 weeks away from full training, and he will add to what we've got. He's got real power and pace, and like I say, he's an exciter and a what I call an igniter. He will get the fans sitting up off the edge of their seats, and hopefully we'll see some real kind of attacking threat from all of these players that we speak about.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one more question from me, Scott, because I feel like we've packed a lot in here and could probably go on for a lot longer in that. But it's been really interesting to sort of pick your brains. And one final question I wanted to ask about, Scott, was I've seen Swindon Town sides in the past, and you were there in the 14-15 class under Mark Cooper that missed out on the player final to Preston North End, and that was a really exciting, fun Swindon Town team to watch, with a lot of young players, but maybe at key moments didn't quite have that bit of physicality, that bit of leadership nous, that bit of efficiency perhaps to really get that job done and get over the line in the end. And I just wonder, does that shape your thinking in terms of how you go about things now? Because on the one hand, you want to invest in assets, you want to play possession football, of course, and sort of have players that can be sold on in future and get the club back on an upward curve. But there is also that demand for Swindon Town at League Two level to get results. So how do you sort of balance those two requirements as Swindon Town manager?
Well, firstly, I kind of look at the team that did play in the playoffs against Preston. I kind of disagree a little bit. I think there was real kind of solid men in there. You know, I remember Rafa Barranca was a centre half. You won't want to mess with him. Let me tell you that now. You know, Nathan Thompson was a tough character. Louis Thompson was a tough character. You know, there was some real strong individuals in that team. Michael Smith, another one, centre forward, was very tough character to, you know. So I kind of disagree with that. I think there was some really good footballers, and I think there was some really strong people in that. And I believe that I've got that within this group as well. You know, I look at Matty Bowger, I look at Angus MacDonald, I look at Lewis Reed. You know, you saw Lewis Reed crash into a tackle at Gillingham on Saturday, which, you know, most of the fans sort of like shied away from it, like, you know. So we you know, we've got that side of it. You know, we're really competitive in terms of what we do in training. You know, we want to be possession based for sure. We want to develop young players for sure, but we also want to be aggressive. We want to make sure that we're front foot, and that we're defending as if our lives depend on it, you know. And that's kind of, that comes from me. I have to be the leader on that and make sure that we have got that mentality.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I wish you all the best for this season and beyond, Scott. And best of luck, and thanks for talking to us.
Gabriel, thank you very much. Pleasure.
Top man, Scott. This has been EFL Debate. I'll see you again next time.
Thank you.